All right, hey everyone, it's Beeco again, and today we'll be doing part 8, I believe, on let's see, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's part 8 of making Naruto's or redesigning Naruto's Kunai, and today we'll be focusing on the grip of the assembly. So let's go ahead and grab us a sketch. Go here. Guess we can go from the top profile. Let's go ahead and paste it. All right, we want to exclude this little guy here. Come on. All right, let's try that again. Let's grab this, grab that, and grab everything in between. There we go. Hey, we don't want to grab that center point right there. It becomes a hassle to deal with that one. There we go. Finish that up. Now let's get rid of everything we don't need. Let's go ahead and get rid of these things here. Let's see. Guess we can go ahead and I guess we don't necessarily need that either. So let's get rid of these. Just keep this as a reference for now. It's connected, yeah. All right. Bring that over here. 0625. There we go. Get rid of this fill, get rid of that one. Let's go ahead and make this a 1. Mirror it over. Actually, before we do that, let's get rid of this stuff up here. Right now, mirror it over. Oops. Okay. Fine, get rid of this now. All right. So there we have that. Okay, now what to do, what to do. All right, so how far is it from this point to this point? All right, that's 5. So we need a tight thread going all the way down through here. And it becomes a looser thread here. Back to tight. All right, so this right here is going to cause an issue with the coil function, I think. So get rid of everything we don't need right now. Get rid of this. Don't need that. We're going to go from tight to loose to tight, then we're going to worry about the bundles after the fact. And tie it in. Okay. Let's finish that there so we have a reference point. Pick the same plane. Forgot to copy it over. Let's go ahead and copy it. Go to the new sketch. Paste. All right, let's go ahead and move this down where the other one is. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and hide this one. Now, so the problem we're going to run into is that you can't have these touching essentially if you do the spiral command, or coil command, which is annoying. You'd think it'd be able to do it, but no. So we're going to have to find a different way of doing it. I guess what I could do is this. Put those 2 points together, find the midpoint, midpoint to midpoint. All right, I'm gonna go midpoint to midpoint. All right, so that's the path we wanted to go down. Now, if we take this, make it a 90, just to keep it clean, let's just do 125. So that's a known entity. Yeah, we don't need that really. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. So if we can't use the coil command, we're gonna have to make our own coil, which are a lot of operations. But we could array it. So yeah, once we do one, we can array it down all the way, I think. So let's go ahead, get rid of all of this. So we need to go to 5, and then from 5 we'll work from there. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Actually, let's go ahead and set this up already. There we go. Let's go ahead and copy this. Let's create another sketch. Same plane. Transfer it over. There we go. Suppress this for now. All right, we don't need this now. Don't need that. So now what we need is for this to essentially go here. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay. So hopefully this works. Finish. Let's do a half a rotation. 80. Let's have it go the other way. There we go. All right. Now, let's duplicate that on this side. So what plane is this? That plane. Project geometry. Get rid of that. Now, okay. Now we just flip this over. Maybe okay, let's do mirror. Let's do that mirror line. Okay. All right, see if we can move this. There we go. There we go. All right, so this should complete this circle or coil without issue. Perfect. All right, now that all that, just let's make sure this is good. Perfect circle. Great. Okay, we're off to a good start because this command is a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. There we go. Let's keep it PG in here. See, project geometry. There we go. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Whoops. All right, let's do rotation. off of that axis. Perfect. And of course it went the wrong way. Alright, let's have this turn around. Well, it needs to go 360 anyway. There we go, to complete the loop. Okay. So now that we have that, we need this to go 5 inches. So this is what we're going to do. Well, should be able to see it. All right, so what is this? This is 0.25. 25. That's 0.505. 2 divided by 5. 5 divided by 0.05. 100. So just 100 of these. Okay. Select the direction. We're going to pick this axis. Where's the flip function? There it is. Make this be 100. Distance 0.05. Why did that not work? It has to be 0.025. Make it work. Yep, okay, there we go. Now, is this 5 inches? No. Why is it not 5 inches? Okay, that's because I need to account for the rotation, I guess. So we'll just double it. Perfect. Does this fit? It does fit. All right, perfect. So now we can take this and we could apply. First, we'll need a new sketch. Project geometry. Perfect. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Finish. Okay, now we can actually use the coil function, which would be nice for once. And so how far apart is this? Let's see. So from here, I guess from here to here, how much is this? 4 inches. How far apart are these? Oof. Just make them 0.125 to keep them. The thing I went with an angle rather than a distance. Let's just go with 0.125. It's easily divisible. Okay, we got that. Coil function, axis, flip. There we go. Pitch is 0.125. Revolutions is, instead of pitch and revolutions, do pitch and height. 0.125, 4. Perfect. All right. Yeah, the reason why I did this the way I did it was because this is a pain. You can't have these intersect with each other, so you can't have them touching at all. So that's why I did it the way I did. So now that we have that there, need a new sketch. Click that plane. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Project geometry again. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Now, wait a second. Okay, instead of doing that, I got a better idea. Let's take this rectangular function again. And let's pick this guy and this guy. Let's bring it all the way over here. Distance. Is that, will that work? I don't know if that'll work. It won't work the way I want it to. So really what I should do is this. Copy and paste this to here. Okay, start a new sketch. Okay, let's move this. Let's project that. Does it give me a center point? It does. Get rid of this point, you don't need it. All right, let's move this to here. Get rid of that. Finish, rotate. It's going to need to be 180 degrees. Remember, the only reason why I'm doing this instead of doing a coil all the way down is because just Inventor can't do a coil that touches itself. All right. Wish it wasn't the case, but beggars can't be choosers. I don't need that. Just move this to where I need it to be. Grab that, put it here. I have to flip it, don't I? Yeah, I need to flip it. Okay. So now, project geometry. Let's move this to where it needs to go. Perfect. Rotate. Wrap it around. Whoops. Okay, wrong rotation. Flip it. Where's the flip? There we go. All right, and how far are these little things? Let's see, where is it? Okay, let's see. From here to here, how far is that? 0.5. Okay, so half an inch. I'm gonna go ahead and save that because I forgot to. Where rectangular. Okay, let's grab these two. Select the direction. Where are you? There you are. Wrong way. 0.25. 0.025. And let's see. 0.5 divided by 0.025 is 20. All right, so let's try 20. So is that enough or too much? That looks to be one too many. But, Okay, what it needs to happen, I just need to not do that. So let's do so what I could do is just this. Let's just do 2 here because it gets a little. There we go. Flip. 0.25. 20. 0.25. So this is the one that goes one too far, right? So let's do 19. Let's do that one. Now select, flip, 5. Perfect. This one we should be able to go 20, right? No. Was I wrong the entire time? It should just be 19. Alright, let me grab the other feature too. Okay, that's 19. All the way through now. Okay, so it's 19. So now let's repeat this little thing here. Get rid of that. Finish. Rotation. Let's pick the Z-axis. Of course, I forgot to do it all the way. 380, 360. Perfect. All right, and there's our grip. Almost all the way done. Now we just need to do the additional wrappings. All I'll do is I'll create one here and then just transfer them over, I think. Yeah, that should be the... Yeah, there's no reason to make it more difficult than it needs to be. What I'll do is I'll create it on this end, and then I could push it over there. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I'll need to do a step up and a step down. Or do I need to step up at all? Can I just make do with what I was just doing? Let's try that. I think we just need to make do. We don't need to do anything fancy. Just expressing an idea rather than... Alright, so... Okay, we're going to tackle this bundle one at a time. One segment at a time. So let's take that. Let's create a new sketch. There we go. Let's move it into place. Alright, we don't need anything else. No distractions. Wasn't supposed to do that. Don't want to delete the center point. Never know when it's useful. Alright, all of this can go. Alright. So let's suppress all of this. So you just see what's under here. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. Just going to recreate what we just did the other ones. This layer, and then proceed with the other layers too. All right, start with, so let's go ahead and copy this so we don't have to do that again. Start a new sketch, same layer, move. Okay, done, finish. Visibility, there we go. Let's get rid of the top layer, we don't need to worry about it for now. But what I am going to do is it's not necessary. Let's go ahead and copy this again, because we're going to need another one for what I have in mind. There we go. Let's move it to where it needs to go. Let's go ahead and express this geometry. Of course it's not expressing. Alright, whatever. Delete that. Finish. Come on, I need to grab center point. There we go. Okay, finish. Drag that over. Press that. There we go. Now we can get rid of this. Get rid of this. Rotate. Now let's go ahead and rotate these so we don't have to do it later. There we go. Alright, bring this over. Unshare. Bring that over. There we go. And for here, take this, grab the center point, grab that, drag it over up to here. I guess while we're doing this, we can suppress this so we don't have to worry about seeing it and getting in our way. Okay, get rid of this and this. So this should ride the ridge of the other ones. Alright, that. 90, there we go. Now, let's grab this. $180. Mirror. Let's grab that while we're at it. 0.125. Flip this over to the other side. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing the next rotation. Apply. And of course okay. Of course it's not straight. Okay, let's see if this works now. Perfect. All right. Get rid of that. Get rid of all these. And then they are now unnecessary. All right, let's go ahead and copy this over again. Create a new sketch. So they're on that layer. Let's move it into place. There we go. Finish. Okay. Visibility. We want to see this one. Get rid of this. This. Don't need it. Don't need that either. And let's revolve it. 180. Now, which way was this rotating? Okay, I'm gonna have to unsuppress. Okay, it was rotating in that direction, so we're gonna have to match it. Where's that line? There we go. So let's cross, flip it. $180. All right, let's see if this matches. Perfect. All right, cool. Enter. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's bring this out. Show it. All right. Now we can get rid of this one. And that. Okay. Get rid of the line. Unnecessary. Perfect. Rotate it. Flip it. Now we should have a perfect rotation. Yes, we do. All right, cool. So now we can take this. Let's go ahead and wait. That's already closed that out, didn't we? Yeah. So if we were to unsuppress this, where, yep, already blends it in. It's good enough. Now let's suppress that again and do a pattern with it. Let's see. Show you 0.025. Select the direction. Want to go the other way. Let's try 10. Is it like 19 or something? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 more, so it should be 15, I guess. Okay, that's like one too many. Let's do 14. All right, now let's drag this down one more and suppress it. That should close it up for us. That looks pretty nice. What do y'all think? All right, so now we just have one more bundle to do. And where's the sketch? Here it is. Let's drag it up. We can now get rid of these circles. Do this here. Now that we know what we're doing, we don't really need to preempt the other turn. Let's take this line, drag it up, do another line, drag that down, and get rid of this. So actually, let's not get rid of that because we're going to need that for a reference. Let's do another one of these. Of course, I forgot to. We need to get the center point next time we do that. There we go. Grab it. Let's put that there. Grab that, grab that. Smash the center points. Or I guess origin point is the better way of putting it. Finish. Suppress the feature. All right, get rid of that. Get rid of this. Now, just so we can see, let's get rid of these. There we go. Let's unsuppress this. All right, where's that point? Of course you do that to me. All right, let's grab this. Attach to the center point. Attach this to the center point. All right, let's get rid of those. Let's add some constraints to tie it down. There we go. One down, one more to go. Perfect. All right, I can get rid of these now. Okay, well, need to grab the origin point. Let's do one more. Let's match it real quick. There we go. All right, so let's get rid of that visibility. Bring that here. Get rid of that. Get rid of this one. Get rid of that one. Rotate. Now we're going to need to. All right, we're going to need to unsuppress these features again. Okay, so where was it? So which way is it rotating? Because in that direction, does it match the rotation? It does. All right, good. There we go. So we can go ahead and share that. Bring this down. We're gonna do it one more time. All right. Should be the last of this portion of the project. Thankfully, it's always the tedious stuff you hate doing. There we go. Perfect. Now, how far along was it? Let's take this. Just eyeballing it now. Oh yeah, I forgot to pick an axis. Let's see here. Oh, wait, look at that. We did it on our first try. Perfect. All right, now let's project the geometry. Oops, let's do that again. Check the geometry. Let's flip this over. Project this side. Get rid of all the unnecessary stuff. Okay, never mind. It looks like it was necessary. All right, let's revolve it. Let's pick the z-axis again. And I did it wrong. What did I do? Oh, cut. Add 360. Done. All right, cool. So we got our bundles there. Now let's match the bundles by, let's see, there we go. Anything we're missing? Nope. So this should be 5 inches down. We got to select an axis, flip it. 5 inches minus 5, so 4.5. Looks about right. Let's double check. Yeah, spot on. All right, cool. And this is however long it is, I guess. Let's see. First, let's get rid of that. That's 4 inches. So, oops. this is what we want. Let's do another rectangular. Okay. Select the z-axis. Go for 9. Flip. That looks pretty spot on. Let's double check. Yeah, and there we go. That should be the grips done there. So let's go ahead and give it, I guess let's do a white resin. There's no fabric in this one. I'll have to use and put something nice on Fusion 360 to give it the look that I want to give it. But that is our grip. So we can save. And right into the Kunai assembly. Place, where are you? There you are. Place grounded at origin. And there we go. There's our corded grip. Should be cheap and easy to make if they were creating something. And now I believe all that's left is the glue and the fletching. And then the Kunai will be done. Then we can take it to Fusion 360 and do something really nice with it. Alright, well, for now though, I'll end it here and catch you all in the next video.